I'm studying philosophy. It's my first year in the grad program at EMU. Right now I'm really focusing on like medical ethics and philosophy of law, and ethics and law. I've been playing a lot of video games lately because I have to get away from the grad school life. And I'll sling back a few brews and relax for a while. I don't know if that's good. I worked with Nick, who's our drummer, and Graham I do still work with, who's our bassist. And I sort of was like, dude, I really want to start a band. So Daughters of Eternity is more or less a sci-fi feminist punk band. Our music is pretty fast, pretty hardcore punk, which is something that I was raised on, I always loved. Sci-fi in the sense that not all the songs, but a lot of the songs, especially for this album that we're recording now, are exclusively science fiction based. It's all like a story. It's this dismal future, where everything's sort of falling apart on Earth environmentally, and perhaps there's been wars and etc. And they send this incredibly intelligent woman into space, and she essentially, is looking for a new planet for humankind to inhabit. She's kind of traveling through space. She's kind of thinking about her, her position in the world, and she lands on a planet called Zoltar, and she meets all these beings. All the beings on this planet, you find out, all look the same. They have like no gender, no race. Because their planet is that way, there's not the same sort of like war or racism, sexism. There's not so much of that sort of like disparity going on. We're so messed up on Earth because of all these weird differences we have, which the differences are good, but what makes this place different and what's good and bad about it. I didn't know if people were going to like it, you know what I mean? Because it's definitely not necessarily a popular music style now. And honestly, people have been responding super well. And I think it's cool because, I've talked to somebody about this who said, I don't necessarily like your guys' type of music per se, but it is so cool to see you guys play live, because we're just silly and we're just being ourselves and having a good time, but also embodying these weird, characters. Our outfits are like tight, shiny, like space suits that we sort of embody every time that we perform. I was raised in a very strict Catholic home, and I don't know, I started reading certain books that sort of started to open my mind to certain things, and I had friends who sort of started introducing me to hardcore and punk, and I was like, holy shit, this is exactly what I want, because this is exactly how I feel. I think that, even if you don't necessarily like hardcore, you can maybe appreciate what we're doing in some way. Not everybody, obviously, but When we sort of embody this sort of thing, it's very uplifting. I feel so much more confident. And I think that punk, and especially performing it and feeling that sort of energy is and seeing other people enjoy it and other people being angry and, having that vibe feels very empowering. And it always has for me. And to perform it is the best thing I could think about doing.